All right, what up, people? It's your boy Chig from Gooner Eagle Eye coming to you again with a preview of the Arsenal versus Watford game. First things first, apologies for how late this has come. I was planning to do it straight after work. I recently have got Call of Duty, and well, if you're a grown-ass man and you play Call of Duty, you understand. That's all I'm going to say. So I literally just turned to the time. I was like, flip, it's midnight. I got work tomorrow. So, yeah, I've just figured, let me just do this real quick for you guys. So it won't be long. Don't worry. Well, before I say anything, I was meant to go to this game. Unfortunately, my hookup flopped me last minute. And he knows who he is, and he watches these. So I'm hoping he'll be able to hook me up for a future game or so, or at some point. But going into this game, for us, we just need another professional performance. It was such a fantastic performance last weekend. One that the team owed to the fans, really, given the last few performances prior to the Southampton game. And we went in, and probably for the first time since probably West Ham, maybe Chelsea, where we performed faultlessly. It was just a very complete, well-rounded performance where everyone played well. And it was really hard to even give somebody even a slightly low mark because I thought the collective team effort was better than the individual effort. So, and we just need another one of those. To be honest, of course, ideally you want that type of performance every single game. But I think what I don't want us to do is almost kind of overlook Watford, because obviously this Saturday is the big one. And it's really important that we don't overlook Watford. Watford are a team where they are struggling for goals. Defensively, they're not great. But they have just bought this AC Milan. Well, I say bought. They've got him on loan from AC Milan. This Nyang guy who looks like he's replacing a Garlo, who apparently is going to China. So he could bring a different element. He might have something to prove. I've seen quotes from him previously where he feels like the Premier League is more suited to his qualities. So if that's the case, sorry if I'm talking like I've got a lisp. I've got a horrible toothache. Apologies. Kind of just nursing it. Yeah, so he reckons he's got better qualities that are better suited to the Premier League. So we'll see. From our point of view, to be honest, I'll take a 1-0 as long as it's 3 points. I feel like we should win this. I feel like we are playing well. We are getting into a good run of form ahead of Chelsea, which makes me happy. It fills me with some confidence going into that game. But look at me looking ahead. Let's focus on Watford for now. With that said, I'm probably with one eye on Chelsea. This would be the team that I would go with, not necessarily the team I expect Wenger to go with. So in goal, I put Cech. Cech is our Premier League goalkeeper. I've not written him off like some, but I can see why people question him every now and again. But he's looked somewhat solid, and his distributing is getting a bit better. So I'm hoping he keeps it up. And we need our best right now. So Cech goes in goal for me. Right back, Hector Bellerin. I didn't start him in my hopeful 1 to 11 last time, but I thought he played okay, all things considered. For me, the reason why I didn't start him in my last preview was basically because I wanted to give him time to recover ahead of this week, basically. But he played well enough, so he should be good to go this week. Centre-back pairing should be no dispute. Mustafi and Koscielny will be the partnership. Mustafi's now aware of his unbeaten run as an Arsenal player, which worries me because whenever we become self-aware, that's where we get complacent. But hopefully he just stays focused and continues to blossom in his partnership with Koscielny. I still don't think it's where it needs to be, but I think it will get there. So I'd have those two centre-backs Left back, my hope for 1 to 11 would include Gibbs. I think Gibbs has closed the gap right back up on Monreal. I would start him. Having said that, I expect Wenger to start Monreal. I wouldn't be that disappointed, but Gibbs would be in my hope for 1 to 11, so I'd start Gibbs. Then in the middle, I think you've got to go back to Ramsey and Coquelin. I know people are real surprised when I say that. I think what Ox has done now has given Wenger an extra option, kind of an extra, kind of a, oh, okay, yeah, Ox can play there now. It's kind of thing, which I quite like. I like the idea that Wenger has another option now, so that if Ramsey is being subpar, we do have another option. Kind of hoping Egypt get knocked out real quick out of that African Nations Cup, just so we can get Elneny back. But I'm more than happy with Ramsey, and I yes, I'm the one saying that I'm more than happy with Ramsey and Coquelin in the middle. Ramsey, I'll give it to him. Got a couple of games, he's stepped up a little bit. He's been a bit more positive in his play. And as long as he continues to do that, then I have no issue with him playing with Coquelin. Next week, on the other hand, might be a different question, but I'll come back to that. On the right-hand side is where I'm going to cause some controversy. I would not start Theo Walcott. I wouldn't. In my hope for 1 to 11, Ox would start. I think Ox played magnificently. And to be honest, it was a toss-up between him and Welbeck for man of the match, in my opinion. But I'd go with Ox. I expect Theo to start tomorrow, but I would go with Ox. I feel like Ox is getting into a run of form. And it just plays into a little bit my plans of what I would do on Saturday. So I would play Ox on that right-hand side, just frighten them with a little bit of pace and directness and power that Ox gives you. So I'd play him on the right. I'd play Lucas Perez on the left. I don't know what this guy has to do to start a game. He's had, I think it's 5 goals and 3 assists. He's playing well in the little cameo roles that Wenger is giving him. I'd just like to see I'd like to see him start like 5 days back to back and see what happens. I expect Iwobi to start because Wenger is very pro Iwobi, and you know me, I love Iwobi, but I've got my own reasons for that. I'm Nigerian, so of course, I wouldn't start Iwobi this game. I love Iwobi, but I wouldn't start him in this game. I'd potentially start him against Chelsea, but I'll do that Chelsea preview later in the week. Ozil obviously comes back in at number 10. And then I'd have Alexis up front. Now, I obviously don't expect Wenger to do this. Thinking about what I just said, I actually don't expect him to start. I expect him to start Iwobi on the right, Sanchez on the left, and Giroud up front. And if he does that, I won't complain too much. Especially against Watford. Against Chelsea, I might be a bit more concerned. But what Saturday showed me was that I love it when we've got so much pace in the team. Did you notice without a Ramsey, without even an Ozil, for being honest here, and without a Giroud, we were a lot more fluid. And don't get me wrong, Ozil can be in a team which is fluid, don't get me wrong. But sometimes he does dither on the ball a little bit. And I just love fluid. Fluid Arsenal to me is the most attractive Arsenal. And I want us to run over Watford. So I would start Alexis up front, but I don't expect Wenger to start Alexis up front. Having said that, I do feel like this should be a good game, comfortable game for us, with the challenge being the Chelsea game. So I see us winning 3-0. I'm going to be real confident. Probably going to end up being 1-1 or some shit now. But 3-0 will be my prediction. And onwards and upwards to the Chelsea game. Bear in mind that after Watford, when we do play Watford, Liverpool and Chelsea play. I mean, don't get me wrong, the way Liverpool are playing at the moment, Chelsea are going to run them over. But if Liverpool can get something and we win, and we go into that Chelsea game 5 points behind them, oh, maybe. Oh, I know it's too much to ask for, but it's the hope that kills you. It really is. Anyway, guys, I told you it was going to be brief, so you let me know what your hope for 1 to 11 would be, or what your predicted scores would be. I'm going to do a review probably hoping Tuesday night, but it could be Wednesday. Kind of, I'll let you guys know when it's up. And obviously, how you do find out is if you do follow me on Twitter, do follow me at Colossal Chig. That's CHIG. Similarly, if you're listening to me for the first time, hit that subscribe. Just hit the subscribe button. Every now and again, it just my ugly one. Sometimes you actually get a lot of guests that come on here. I'm still working on a few people. May do a review with Liam from Gooner News TV. If you've not listened to Gooner News TV, go and check out his channel. I've been on his channel a couple of times. So I might just I might see if he's available actually when I do a review and do a review with him. So I do have guests every now and again. All right, people, I'm out of here. Take care. Peace.